Welcome back. I wasn't able to get an early start today. I felt a little bit sick. I didn't sleep very well. And so I took the morning to take a nap, hydrate, rest. It's around 2:30 or so, and we're about to get started here. My goal is to finish this. So I'm not going to talk too much. My goal here is just to get started and finish the project today. That will be my goal. I don't know how far along I'll get, but I'm excited because I had some tree guys come here and do some wood chipping, and now I have wood chips to cover my garden. So that'll be really nice to use. Hopefully by the weekend, by the time the weekend is over, the whole garden will be planted and ready to go. All right, we're gonna make room for the garden bed here. I'll talk a little bit about orientation at another point, how I decided to orient the garden the way that I did, and trying to minimize those mistakes as we make fill these boxes, make a lot of effort. We want to try to not have to undo some of the work that we've already done. All right, so keep following, keep watching, and then hopefully by the end of the weekend we'll have a garden that's ready to go, ready to be planted. All right, coming down here where I've been storing all of my boxes. I think I'm going to be able to fit 3 of them in, so I'm going to load them up and haul them up to the garden. Already got 1 up there. Just 2 more. So 1 will remain down here for another project later on. All right, I finally finished bringing up the beds that are going to go up here. These are upcycled metal boxes. A lot of people really like them. A lot of people don't like them. I like them because they're upcycled, and that's important to me. There's a lot of resources out there that we can use over giving you life to, and this is a great example. So hopefully out of these garden beds, we're going to be able to produce tons and tons of food. Really happy about this project. I'm excited. Let's continue. I'm going to put these together right now with all of the little nuts that they have. All right, I'll show you guys the process here. All right, we are back now. We are going to be taking all of the nuts here that my friend put in the bag and the butterfly nuts. I think that's what they're called. I'm going to use my electric drill to put all of this together. Hopefully it won't take me that long and it'll be nice and sturdy. I'll put 2 of them together, I'll set them, and if things look good, I'm going to go to the store, buy some wire mesh for the bottom, and get started on filling these boxes. The idea is to use materials that I got from the trees that were just knocked down to line the bottom of this. Maybe go about a foot and then start filling them because they are quite large. They will be expensive to fill. But the idea is to get nice quality soil so that the garden can take care of itself with a lot less upkeep. I have to be always looking out, but if you have good soil, the plants kind of take care of themselves for the most part. You gotta kind of supervise as they grow. All right, follow me along, and then I'll get this done here, and we'll move on to the next task.
Something in the way you look at me makes me want you near. Even when we sit in silence, feels so loud and clear. Something in the way you look at me makes me want you near. Even when we sit in silence, feels so loud and clear. But I wanna let it on. I feel no fear, just you.
Okay, we are finished assembling 3 of the metal garden beds. I feel good about that. So taking a moment to celebrate the small accomplishment of the day. It's plate, but I also went out and got some chicken wire for the bottom. So I essentially have everything that I need to finish this project. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go see if I have a tool so that I can cut the wire. I'm going to lay the wire underneath all of the beds for protection from gophers. And once I do that, I'm going to start putting limbs and logs underneath. They will provide volume, and then when they decompose, it will provide excellent organic matter. So I'm going to be doing that. I'm going to try and push that till it gets dark here. Now, when placing the garden and the orientation, I have to work with parameters that were set before I was here. The house was built here, the yard is here, so there's not a lot of choices that I have in changing that. So what I decided to do was place them this way. I know that this bed is going to be the hottest one, the most exposure to the sun. That's going to be the east, that's going to be the west. South is this way, north is that way. The house is pretty much on those axes, east, west, north, south. That one is going to be second hottest, and then this one is going to be a little cooler. I'm also going to put one back there because I have an extra one. That'll be maybe for herbs, something a little bit more permanent that can be there all year for cooking. So that's what I got going on here. I'm going to continue. I just wanted to take a moment to show you the progress that's been made today. All right, let's keep going. All right, we are here. It's another day, continuing the project with the garden. Today I was supposed to be at my herbalism class. I decided to stay home for a couple of reasons, but I'm going to use the time that I have now to continue and to finish this project today. That is the goal. We have to get it done. Well, I don't have to, but I want to. I do have some time tomorrow in the afternoon, which I could use to finish, but I want to try and get it done today. Working on building the cages here on the ground. You may not be able to see, but I'm standing on wire that's going to go underneath the beds. Yesterday, I cut 3 pieces that will cover most of it, but some of them, they were both the wire and the beds are 4 feet tall or wide, and so it doesn't give me enough of extra for the gopher protection. I want to extend out enough so that the gophers don't have a chance to accidentally slip in when they're trying to get in because it smells so good inside the garden boxes, all the roots growing, all of the healthy soil that's moist. So I want to keep them out of there. That's what I'm gonna be working on today. So keep watching and see the progression of this as it takes shape.
I'm in my belly shining bright, diamonds dancing in the night, Ferrari parked under moonlight, living fast but feeling right. My bed wave, champagne rain, golden order, no more pain. Every second ultra prime, luxury written in time.
Okay, we are here down at the lower part of the property or the entrance. I want to fill a lot of those garden beds with logs. I have some fresh logs, but I have here on this part of the property some down logs that are already in good decomposed state. So I'm gonna go ahead and use these or as many as I can find easily. I'm harvesting right here under these oak trees. They've probably been here for a decade or so. They have signs of decomposition. They have some fungus on them, so all of that will be good for my own soil. So I'm importing some living organisms into the soil as we begin the process of making the garden. All right, take a look here. The mesh is installed underneath it. I've managed to make all of the holes and the spaces where a gopher could get in pretty tight, and I'm starting to fill it in with all of these logs. As you can see here, there's already some fungus growing on there, something that we'd like because that means we're bringing the health and living organisms from the forest into the garden. That'll help feed our garden, our soil, the microbes in the soil. Try and keep the soil as healthy as we can. That way plants are happy. All right, we've managed to get a little bit more wood from the forest, from the landscape. We're gonna continue putting this in here, trying to make a nice layer on the bottom so that we can continue to, over time, develop that wealth that is the soil, a healthy soil. that's what we're doing here right now. All right, so in order to really make the filling of the beds sustainable, because it's quite expensive to buy topsoil and compost, I'm using this topsoil that's been made here on my property with decades and decades of leaves. You can see here, very, very, very nice soil. It smells really good. It's got a nice layer of organic material right on top. So I'm taking about the top 6 inches. Okay, we are here. Got some leaves in here, got some logs, some fresh logs and some old decomposed logs. The idea now is to begin to fill it, and I've started to collect some topsoil. See, the thing is that we have trees that have been dropping leaves here for decades and decades, so we have a lot of really good soil. So I'm going to harvest a little bit from here, a little bit from there to help me fill this out. This soil is really, really good. It looks like a sandy loam, and that is going to be excellent for our plants. Not only will it help me create, have more volume for my garden, but also bringing, once again, the health of the forest into the garden. Finishing up the box here, we have 8 wheelbarrows of topsoil that I harvested from the forest right down there underneath some of the trees. Now I'm throwing in the compost and the topsoil that I got from the store. So we're just going to continue here until we remove this huge pile from the middle, and we get this boxes filled up. That's the goal. Get them filled up. All right, we are finished for now with this project. Started earlier in the week, Wednesday. Built the beds, um, built the wire underneath the cage, brought all the wood, decomposing in there. The wood will provide beautiful, beautiful organic matter for the plants. It turns into a sponge essentially, so that'll be really nice. This bed is going to be hot because it'll get the most sun, peppers, tomatoes, that kind of stuff. So will that one, and this one will be a little cooler. And that was a big goal for the season, was to be able to create a space for food. And this gets me very, very close. All I have to do now is irrigation. I'll run it from right behind where the camera is over here, put it on a timer. It'll be super simple. It'll hopefully take care of itself. The one thing that I'm worried about is the squirrels. And if that's the case, that they are going to be a problem, we're going to have to wage war. We'll have to wage war on the squirrels. Stay tuned for that, but hopefully not. All right. I'll put up the video so that everybody can check it out. Thanks for following.